This past year, Beast, located at Kings Island, celebrated its 40th anniversary. Beast is arguably the most iconic wooden roller coaster in existence. Almost everyone has heard about the Beast. Constructed by Philadelphia Toboggan Coasters, Kings Island wanted to unleash something that was truly epic. The ride debuted as the tallest, fastest, and longest wooden roller coaster on the planet. In the coaster community, the ride's reception is rather mixed. Some consider it the best, while others say it's highly overrated. Well, in my review, I hope to solve this debate once and for all. Okay, let's get to it. Ride presentation. Located in the back of the park, Beast is practically hidden from every attraction. The ride spans over 35 acres of forest. None of it is visible at ground level inside the park. The biggest selling point of Beast is the forest. Riding this roller coaster at night provides a unique experience of traveling in complete darkness. The tunnels during the helix add that special touch, making you feel as if you're traveling considerably faster than you actually are. The station and queue have very minimal theming, which is fine. The train is also the same way, no major theming to it, which is fine again. What's nice though about the trains on Beast is their capacity. Each one of Beast's 3 trains can hold 36 riders, allowing for a decent capacity of about 1,200 riders per hour. That's according to RCDB. I really can't find anything negative to say about presentation, and with its setting inside the forest, Beast earns a solid 10 rating. Ride intensity. So this is a tough category to rank. During the first part of the ride, Beast is rather tame. The ride spends a good amount of time traveling down straight track, with a turn here or there. There are plenty of moments on this ride where the coaster starts to build up speed, but only to be inhibited by the trim brakes. I've heard some enthusiasts joke the Beast should be called Trim Brake the Ride, which I can see their point. The second half of the ride is where things heat up. Those helixes provide some strong G-forces that really make this coaster feel out of control. The intense moments only last for a few seconds, but they are the highlight of the ride. I know I might be showing my hand a little early here, but another factor in considering the ride's intensity is the roughness, and boy is Beast pretty rough. Depending on which row and car you are in, be prepared for one insane bumpy ride. On most roller coasters, I would say that this roughness would be a negative, which it can be at certain points on Beast, but for the most part, it contributes to the whole ride experience. If Beast was butter smooth, the ride would kinda be boring. Overall, the helixes are what make up this ride's intensity, earning a score of 7.5. Fun factor. Beast is a roller coaster that you only get out what you put into it. If you are looking for airtime, this isn't your roller coaster. Go check out Diamondback or Mystic Timbers for that. If you like high speeds, Beast has you covered to a certain point. As I already mentioned, there are plenty of trim brakes on Beast that really slow the train down. You do reach some good speeds, especially in that second half, but that first part has some sluggish pacing to work through. If you like longer rides, Beast has you fully covered, with a ride time over 4 minutes long, which I would argue is even longer, especially when you're crawling up those lift hills. Every moment of the ride may not be super exciting, but the fact that you get to enjoy a roller coaster that is this long is pretty neat. If you like one-of-a-kind experiences, that's what makes Beast unique. Taking a journey through the forest where you can't hear or see the rest of the park is something very interesting. At night, this sensation is greatly intensified. If there was one thing I was told to do at Kings Island before taking my first trip, was to make sure to ride Beast at night. I full-heartedly agree with this statement. Night rides is what separates this coaster from the pack. Sure, some Hyper and Giga coasters will give you that unique experience of traveling out of the park, but there's something more intimate about Beast. Not only have you left the park, but the ride is tucked underneath the trees, giving you this like spooky, eerie feeling. Because this ride does have some dull moments, I can't in good conscience provide a perfect rating for Beast, so the fun factor gets a score of 9. Originality. Because I rank this coaster against the other roller coasters from its opening year, Beast is very original. Even today, there are very few roller coasters that journey out into the woods like Beast does. It's currently ranked as the third longest roller coaster in the world, and it's the longest roller coaster in the United States. The giant helix at the end of the ride was also something never tried before. Beast was like the Millennium Force of 1979. The ride is massive and a huge undertaking. Personally, I think it's a shame that other parks aren't building longer roller coasters like Beast. In fact, I would say roller coasters are getting shorter ride times than they were like 10 years ago. I understand that if shaving off a few seconds of ride time will save you big money overall, it's hard not to go that route. I just hope someone else builds a modern roller coaster that provides a really long ride time like this massive wooden coaster. Beast earns a perfect 10 rating for originality. Ride smoothness. I kinda already touched on this topic, but let's dive a little deeper. Beast is a rough roller coaster. There's no way around that statement. This is probably the second main reason why coaster enthusiasts will say Beast is overrated. Not only does the ride have certain uninspired moments of straight track, but it's rough also. If you're riding over a wheel, be prepared to feel every imperfection of the track. Picking a bad seat can make this coaster almost unbearable, especially during the helix. However, if you do sit in a middle row of any car, the ride is slightly smoother, but not enough to change the ride experience. As I said earlier, the roughness enhances the ride. It provides a good, out-of-control feeling that keeps building and building until that final helix. Taking all of this into consideration, I think Beast still gets a score of 6 for ride smoothness. Okay, the final score comes to 8.5, which is a great score. Beast has a lot of things going for it, and against it. At the end of the day, it really boils down to preference. If you like what Beast is offering, then Beast is going to be one of your favorite roller coasters. If you're not a fan of the adventure Beast sets out on, then this coaster could be considered overrated. I am a fan of Beast, and I can see its shortcomings, but still appreciate it for what it is. The ride is a true classic, and every coaster enthusiast should check it out at some point. My personal rating is going to be a 9. I really enjoy this roller coaster, but no, it's not a ride I could marathon all day. After a few rides, I was done with Beast for the day. The roughness really starts to wear on you, and in my case, a headache starts settling in. If you listen to my least liked video, Roller Coasters I Would Like to Destroy, Beast was ranked amongst the list. Now, that list was more lighthearted, and honestly, I don't want this coaster to go anywhere. As I said, I am a fan of Beast. Now, I know this might be considered sacrilegious, but I'd love for Beast to have a complete overhaul. Completely retracking the coaster so you don't need all the trim brakes. This will also require lighter trains, which would change the ride capacity and experience, but I think could make this ride even better. Would I want Rocky Mountain Construction to convert this into a hybrid? No, I don't, but if they were allowed to go crazy like they did on Mean Streak, this would be one pretty insane roller coaster. Alright, well that's my review of Beast. Are you a fan of this classic wooden coaster, or maybe someone who despises it? Let me know in the comments below. As always, please subscribe. You don't want to miss out on more great content coming your way by XscreamThrills.